YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here. I am back in the Parthian campaign, and before I forget, I'm actually going to save my game, because last time I did not. So I got myself into basically the same position as where you saw me leave off. The main difference is I think I did it a little faster than I did last time, so my building here for building Parthian swordsmen has not been completed just as yet. I believe this is noble quarters we want to go for. So I am getting it underway. My building's back here, doing good. Sorry, my work email's going off here. Make sure we don't got any. Yep, good. No fires to put out. Let's see. Why is this settlement upset still? Oh, we're about to finish a Tower of Silence. That ought to help the public order there, and then we're probably still converting over from Hellenic culture. Yeah, so it should clear up there. And then I've set all the structures in Cath to be torn down. I'm going to rebuild them, though we can go ahead and take advantage of the armor that's there, or the unit that upgrades my horse's speed, or whatever it is that does their level 1 horses. Yeah, so gives me better horsemen, and I will take that here before we end the turn. So I think that either makes my guys faster, have better charge, or a little of both. I can't remember. Patchy's Vengeance is leveled up. So let's see. Gallic Bard. Ooh, melee cavalry attack upon recruitment. Missile attack range for all light cav units. I don't know that that adds up to much, but it might be kind of fun. Though I did see one for armor. Man, probably should have done some of the armor. I'm going to go for the Strategist General here. Big surprise. And I believe that is all we need to handle for this turn. We can go ahead and end it. So we're going to keep pushing against the Roxolani. Some of you have asked me what it was I was going to do next. Some of you want me to go to war in the south. I could do that, but I think it would be utterly foolishness, because all the people to the south like me. So there'd be no point in going to war with him and then creating a war on two fronts. Not at the moment, at least. I'm not strong enough to handle too many incursions. So let's focus on the Roxolani. We'll move to the north and then to the west. And beat down the tribes up there without creating bad relations for myself to the south. That'll kind of be my focus for the time being. Let's see, so we finished our research. This would let us upgrade town centers. Eastern Major Field would be handy. Plus added cultural conversion, being able to build clay tablet archives. That would help boost my ability to research, which would be handy. I wonder what I need to get. Probably stables, the Nicaean there. Yeah, I think it's Nicaean stables. Ooh, it'd be nice to have, because I think I could probably get Royal Cataphracts there. Melee attack, man, that's going to take a long time. That one would help me with mercenary recruitment, which I don't much need. This one would help me get a Royal Barracks, which I don't much need either. Let's go back over here and see what we can do. Let's do this. Since we do have some good trade agreements, this might help boost my trade agreements and help me build better bazaars. Let's see. So if I build this, I can unlock Eastern Cataphracts. Sweet. I think I've already unlocked them too down here at Amul. I have not, actually. So yeah, I can make Eastern Cataphracts now, which is fantastic. Fan-freaking-tastic. Since I already have that building, obviously I don't need to build another one. Let's just upgrade this one. I'll need to build some stuff to counter the Squalor, so I'll do that. And then I'm going to build just a couple of these Eastern City Centers, because we can get more wealth and public order out of those with an Eastern Major Field and anything else that we need to build. I have this Roxolani army stuck in the woods. I continue to poison them. And many of you seem to like my thought process here. Giving the enemy severe dysentery non-stop is definitely an effective way of slowing them down. And let's see. This army probably has enough horse archers. So I think what I'll do, because some of my horse archers have good upgrades on them, and I hate to just disband them, even though I'd rather have armored ones. I think what I'll do actually is raise another army up here. Why not? I mean, I don't really see any reason why we shouldn't. Just bring this guy. Can we reinstate a legacy? The Children of Parni. Whatever. That's obviously going to become the Children of Patchy. So let's go in there and change that while I'm thinking of it. P-A-T-C. Oh, whatever. They get to type longer names than me. What a jack job. The children of the... Hey, we don't need that. It's not the Patchy. He's just Patchy. Alright, the children of Patchy. And, might I add that they're rambunctious, misbehaved, and probably illegitimate. Alright, so... I don't know where I come up with this stupidity. Alright, we need to go over here to Aktau. There is some Parthian forces to be... or some Roxolani forces in the area. I'm gonna go ahead and start training some armored horse archers into this army. That'll work for now. And then I'm gonna go ahead and send this army out here a little bit ahead of the others, just to kind of be as a front guard. And I'll just keep harassing these guys with my spy till they've been made utterly useless. Perfect. Everything's looking good. Do need to upgrade this dignitary. Go down the authority tree for him and try and get him more cultural conversion. Yeah, it looks like things are turning around real nice here in Bactria. I don't think I have a need to... Well, I have extra food. I can go ahead and build it. I need to be able to get... I mean, that's one thing I can see going south for Parthia here, is you can only build one farm in each settlement. It's going to make it... Well, I mean, you can build others, but they don't have any other chains. Like, the only thing you can do is build this Kanat, which just gives you wealth and stuff. It's not necessarily that handy. So, let's go ahead and end this turn. And see if we can go kill the Roxolani at Aktau, and keep moving north. They're going to barge into our territory, try and get around me. I'll see if I can catch up with them with my spy, slow them down. And then, yeah, I'll slow them down with a spy, and then I'll send another army to Aktau while they're out of position there. Should have probably used my spy on them last time. I didn't move forward slowly enough to catch it. And they're actually going to get away from my spy here because they're in forced march. But I'll try and catch up to them. So where might they be heading? I mean, they're not going to get anywhere quick. I mean, they could try and run clear to Nisa, but they would then have to go down this road. It's at least 2 more turns for them to get anywhere. And I've got a small army back here, but I think I can catch up with them with my spy now. So, and I hate to send any of these armies after them, so I say that we just, since they marched around me, I'm going to pretty much ignore them. I want to go to Aktau. And then this army, the next Roxolani settlement's going to be up here at Sarai. So I say we start marching to Sarai. These guys can garrison back here. And we can go ahead and get a few more armored horse archers here. And then... What happened to my spy? Did he die? Aw, man. My good spy died, the one that was chasing these guys in the woods. What a ripoff. What a massive ripoff. Well, just to be safe, I'm going to raise another army back here, just so that I have some decent troops to try and stop an enemy incursion. I say decent troops. All I need is a few extra troops, really, since they're going to have horse archers, get some of them. So yeah, dang it, my spy must have died. Yeah, this is not a 4-turn per year campaign, so my guys are not going to last near as long as they do in the other ones. So we do need another spy. Let's see. He has better chances of poisoning provision. He's already my man. Alright. Let's see about recruiting any other agents. We can get another dignitary, so let's go ahead and do that too, since we have the money. Military administration, civil administration. Let's pick this guy. What about... I don't think I can get any more champions right now either. I can't. Okay. Used our movement points here. Nothing else to build at the moment. Not in... Well, I guess I could just use my provinces thing. It's quicker. Yeah, we do want to upgrade the town center at Cath, actually, which would use a little food, but that'll be worth it. I think we're good back here. Good in all those places. Let's run through the upgrades. I'm going to give him more militancy so that I can increase the rate at which they train my units, and the same thing here. So that just helps add chevrons to my men, which is going to be really necessary at these higher difficulties. It's the armor of Arasasi, or whatever. These guys need a new name. That one's not very good. Let's call them the armored... I guess some of you probably like spelling armor with a U in it. Armored Pain Train. Alright. Alright. So, I think we should now end the turn. Hopefully we can get a good fight out of the Roxolani. I'm curious to see where they run to. We'll find out here in just a moment. Whether they run for a Mule or Nicaea. Those guys are going to come out of the woods. I'll just pounce on them. There's another big Roxolani army that's just gone around me. So, I've got agents nearby, though. We'll just take action against them, get rid of these Roxolani forces. But I'm going to keep one marching forward to Aktau. I'm not going to let myself get completely distracted with them being behind me here. Those guys are in forced march, which means they can stay a long way. Yeah, they can, look at that. They can outrun my spy on any given turn, which is irritating. Let's at least stop one of these armies. I'm going to military sabotage these guys. Alright. We put a hurt on this army. I'm now going to pull these guys over to a Mule to keep this from just being a walkthrough. And I can bring in a couple of mercenary horse archers to assist my folks on the town center. Take up some of my income, but I have extra income right now, so we should be fine. Let's see. Let's put this guy into his agent stance. This army is out of reach of these guys, and they can still move half their range, unfortunately. Out of reach of both of these. Well, should I turn around and come after him, or should I just keep using my agents and push forward with the other units? Part of me wants to just push forward.
Are you ready to serve?
I don't see why we couldn't. Got this new spy here. Let's see if we can... Is there any military sabotage? Let's try it again and just see if we can completely stop them. I may get my agent wounded, but let's try it. Yep, we were successful. Let's see if it completely stopped him. Yes! So good. Now that army's pinned. This army now has forces opposing it, though I don't have particularly good forces to oppose them. I might recruit a few more mercenaries, just again, because I have plenty of money, and there's no real harm in it. There. So at least now I have something. I'll have to pay their upkeep, which kind of sucks, but it's okay for just a couple of turns, and it'll kind of allow me to slow these guys down. This agent, not a particularly good one, but... Hiring assassins, manipulation, persuade. Let's unlock Zeal Tree on him too. Let's bring this agent up here to see if perhaps he could come in handy against this marauding Roxolani army. And rather than turn around and come back, I'm going to use my agents to kind of quarantine these Roxolani armies and keep the pressure on them. Hopefully it doesn't wind up being a mistake. I don't think it will. Yeah. Don't think it will. Pretty sure I can hold my own here. Should be good. Getting training done there. This spy leveled up right away, which is great. We can give him +1 cunning. Open up the cunning tree again, because that's where my increased poisoning comes from. The fine arts of poisoning. Let's end the turn. Let's see what we get here. What's your next move, Roxolani? Please attack me at a Mule. They did not. They marched around me on all fronts, just completely ignoring my men and making a beeline for my territory, which is not going to wind up being smart because I have 2 other armies down there that I can counter them with. Alright, so... And we got a successful mission, so now I have even more money. We're going to stop the adoption. And I am losing a lot of income because of having those mercenaries, so we'll see what we can do to use them and get it over with. Let's go ahead and start researching towards the better farm. I am going to need more food supplies. Let's do some more poisoning. We were successful. And they cannot move whatsoever. So that army is fixed. These guys can now be fixed in place. If I'm successful, so let's militarily sabotage these guys. Come on, get to him, get to him. Yes! Yes, perfect. So, now we're in business, folks. This army can't move either. So yeah, we've got these guys completely pinned. Which means that I can go ahead and ditch some of these mercenaries. And start training some of my own troops here. And then I'll just keep ditching. Oh, well, they're training from the same province. I wish I hadn't ditched those mercenaries. Whatever. We'll just wait now. It'll be fine. We can take Aktau, completely unopposed. So, morons just left it wide open. Morons. What were you thinking? So I'll just do a defensive stance there. Just completely smash the forces at Aktau. And now we have another province. More income. Build a level 2 farm there. And I'm just going to tear down... Well, you know what? The temple might be handy, actually. But I don't want to build it in this province. I want to build it as Sarai. So let's go ahead and tear the temple down here. Speaking of Sarai, let's keep our men marching. And make our way in that direction. The Roxolani have a lot of their forces focused down here. These guys are over here dying in the woods of the plague, I think. Diarrhea-induced plague. Perfect. All of our guys should be in good shape here. Let's bring up this agent just in case we need him. And we can start building better buildings here. So let's get the Tower of Silence started. And let's see. I can do an Eastern Governor's Palace, which gives me public order and wealth, which is nice. Eastern Spice Trader's great. Eastern Market's not bad. This Wrestling Arena is a good one to have because it helps stabilize the province, but you know that's kind of what the Tower of Silence is going to do. But if we go into higher level buildings, it never hurts to have 2 buildings that boost public order, and then you can have enough public order boosting effects to counterbalance some of the minus effects. I'm going to build the Eastern Governor's Palace here, just for the sake of... Okay. So we've divvied that out. I think we're in good shape. About to have more food, so let's go ahead and upgrade that town center. This province is still a little bit ticked off. Let's go ahead and build them a better temple there. We'll have excess food. Should be fine. Okay, these Roxolani are fixed. Those guys are trying to make their way to me. I'm going to let that guy keep leveling up. We can use this agent to kind of intercept these guys if necessary. But yeah, the Roxolani are going to pay a price for having marched around me. So yeah, again, rather than be distracted... Okay, here's the mass poisoning. That's one of my favorite traits now. You know, Spy just learns how to use tainted beef against people. Let's see, 5% melee attack upon recruitment, that works. Alright, let's go ahead and end this turn. Hopefully we'll get to sack Sarai here on the next turn. We needed to sack some settlements too. It might be fun to sack them, take the money, and then turn around and just take the whole settlement on the next turn. Ah, now the Roxolani turning back towards me. Of course, their armies that are stuck down there are going to get the business dealt to them. I'm just kind of holding them in position and waiting for the opportune moment to destroy them. And then I'll have the extra armies around anyway, which won't hurt. Kind of need them. Okay. So let's see. Cath can be expanded now too, which is fantastic. So let us expand Cath. And we might as well get another Eastern City Center. Because we already have a temple. None of the rest of these buildings are going to help me. I mean, we get wealth from industry, but I can get that from the Eastern City Center. Let's see, we need to poison the Roxolani again, as if these guys haven't had enough. Oh no, we failed. What do they have left here? Ooh, a lot of horse archers, a lot of riders. That could be a problem, having failed that. Let's see if we can do some military disruption here. Fat chance. But I don't have a big chance of getting wounded, so let's just try to undermine his authority, see if we get lucky. Chumps. Alright, and they can only move half their range. So it'll at least keep them in check. Let's see. This army down here. Let's poison them again. Perfect. And let's see what the effects were. They can't move at all. And so, since they can't move at all, let's go ahead and get rid of the recruitment that was taking place there and do further recruitment on this army. Which, I know I'm spamming armored horse archers, but I'm not in the right province to get the cataphracts. So let's just go ahead and get 3 more armored horse archers. They'll help me get the job done. At Aktau, let's go ahead and build, well, no point, well, I mean, I could build another farm. I can only expand 1 farm, I think, in each province, but, I mean, I don't really need any other buildings. It's the only way I'm ever going to get enough food, too. I can come back and change it later if I need to. Let's see. My armies outside Sarai have no idea what I'm about to come up against, which is nothing. The Roxolani have left one of their major cities completely undefended here. Yeah, unforgivable on their part. Let's see. So we've just been rolling through the Roxolani. No idea how these guys managed to roll through the Masegete. Jalanis is way in the heck out there. And then Samandar would be down here. That would be our next 2 provinces. I don't know if the Roxolani's last settlement is up there at Jalanis or not. Let's start converting these buildings over to our own. Tear that one down. And it may not hurt to make an infantry barracks up here, so I'll go ahead. And Aktau is going to be our food supply. Okay, we've poisoned those guys. These guys don't pose any threat to me. They're just raiding at the moment, which is part of the reason why Aktau is so hacked off. Let's see if we can start moving our agent up there to deal with them. And I do want to have a fight, obviously, before the episode's over. Mass poisoning.
At your service.
And start up with the authority tree. Patchy vengeance. Warrior. Okay. Alright. We are ready to end another turn. Let's just check my buildings and make sure I haven't made any mistakes real quick. Oh yeah, we want to go ahead and build this. So it's going to take more food, but that's fine. We got more food on the way. So now we'll be able to train Parthian swordsmen and elite Persian archers, which is going to be huge. Okay, all of our provinces have the appropriate buildings. So we can end the turn. Man, having peace in the south is huge here. And even if they do go declare war on me here in a minute, at least I would have some spare armies momentarily. That one's going to run away from me. I'll just chase them down, poison them, and then come after them with my army again. They've got quite a few forces, though, on that one. I don't want to underestimate them. And Roxolani are going to run away from me with their other small army there, too. They're all in forced march, so eventually we'll be able to catch them. But the AI really likes to use forced march. And look at these guys holed up over here in the forest raiding me. So let's see if we can catch up with these guys again. Indeed we can. And then let's try poisoning these guys one more time.
I will come.
Now those guys are holed up. Yeah, see, I can't recruit Eastern Cataphracts. Let's go into hire mercenaries. I could get 1 more horse archer. What do these guys have available? So they are holed up in their little fort, but I have a considerable number more archers, and I have slingers. Let's see if we can take these guys out. It's not the best fight for me because I don't really have... Well, you know what, let's wait 1 more turn, and I'll go ahead and recruit a few more troops, and then I can go ahead once I've killed them and disband these mercenaries because there's no point in me having the mercenaries. I'm gonna go ahead and recruit some cataphracts into this army. Oh, I can get Eastern cataphracts there now too. Sweet. I'm just gonna put these guys into their agent stance. Actually, I'm gonna bring this one up here so I can help convert this province. Now, let's see. So it's Sarai. I'm going to build an Eastern City Center. Don't have any upgrades to divvy out. I do need to get rid of those mercenaries on the next turn and fix my income, because those mercenaries are expensive. Even though they're cheap units, they're expensive mercenaries. Roxolani want a peace treaty, and they're offering me 5,200 talents. I don't know. I don't really want their peace treaty. Yeah, I don't want their peace treaty. I'd rather just destroy them, because I don't want to mix my province with them, because they're a different cultural heritage, and I think they'll just turn on me eventually. So the easy way out would be the peace treaty, but...
My lord would have me propose a treaty between us. I will go further and humbly request such
Persia wants a defensive alliance. They're usually a semi-powerful faction, which would be handy for me, but they're also always at war with people, and you can see they're already at war with Pontus and the Seleucids and Sardes, which is going to make all of them hate me too, but gotta take some risk. I'm okay with this. And we're going to counter the rumors. My income's way up again, which is good. And that's before I disband these guys, so we should have more than enough forces to handle these guys, so let's take them out. They're holed up in their fort, and I am going to fight this one, even though it's going to be an easy one. Oh, I forgot I get the garrison army from the city, too. I probably could have destroyed them in the last turn. That's okay. It'll be fun to watch my slingers and horse archers rain death all over these guys while they sit there inside their fort. And then, of course, I'll use my cataphracts in case they sally out, and we'll just crush anything they send out at me. But yeah, having Eastern cataphracts now is going to be huge, so we can start eventually getting some buildings for them to upgrade their armor and attack and just really get them to insane stats. It's going to be my next goal. So we can't deploy on that side. Parthian horse archers. So let's put horse archers on these two flanks. And then I'm going to put one cataphract with each group of horse archers. Eastern cataphract, that is. And then I'll put my general and my last Eastern cataphract over here. And they're going to support my slingers. Kind of weird, like having an almost no infantry army. Spread these guys out and move in. And same thing here, spread these guys wide so that the tower fire will be minimized. I am going to take some damage, but again, these are all mercenary troops, so I don't care. Oh wow, I got armored horse archers for reinforcements. Slick. Bring them on up. Peasants too. There's room for everybody to get killed in this fight. Oh, come on. No more reinforcements. There we go. I don't think I need near this many reinforcements to get the job done. Okay, my horse archers are now in range. So I'm just going to let them fire at will. The enemy troops, again, all of these mercenary horse archers are about to get disbanded, so I could care less if they die. So for those of you wondering why I may be doing what I'm doing, it doesn't matter. Just using them as bait. My slingers will have plenty of ammo and numbers to get the job done here as well. So let's watch my eastern slingers open up. They've chosen to fire at these young axes. We have some cover. If the young axes keep coming out, they're gonna get the wrath of my cataphracts, so... And they are. Their troops want to come out at me. More than happy to give you a cataphract charge. Consider it a going away present, as in you're going away from life. Alright, cataphract charge.
Our general is under attack.
Just smash the enemy cav. So then my cataphract's just decimating those axemen. They still have the trample ability activated, and then we'll try and do a rear charge into these steppe noble lancers, which is the only decent cav.
Men flee the field of battle.
Yeah, I'm losing horse archers, it doesn't matter. All the enemy cav right there just got completely smashed. So now I can pull my cataphracts back from the archer towers and just bring my slingers back up. Oh, these cataphracts are under fire out here. Where are they? No, I don't think they are. They're safe. And these cataphracts are safe as well. Here comes my armored horse archers. They're garrison units, so I'm not worried about them either. Look at these steppe horse archers are the only defenders left getting mowed down in a hail of slinger fire. So, yep, just complete destruction of the Roxolani camp. Those cataphract charges were sweet. These guys are going to be a handy unit, so we need to start getting them leveled up. Get all kinds of buffs and stuff on the cataphracts so we can make them insane. That way they'll be able to punch through enemy units. And eventually I'll need swordsmen. I don't really need them for taking out the Roxolani. And to be honest, there's quite a few factions you could beat without the swordsmen, but they'll be handy later on to be an anvil for my units.
Your next command.
So this army increases in rank. We can get rid of these mercenaries, and that's going to shoot my income back up substantially. So there we go. Let's see, this Roxolani army is ripe for the picking over here too. So let's deal them the business. They're going to run, and I'm going to give chase. So let's chase them down and finish them off. So you can see what kind of damage you're able to do to enemy troops with your spies. This is something that I'm trying to teach myself as I play in these harder difficulties, that your agents can play a huge role and an important role in this case in making your battles much easier against the computer. It's something I probably don't focus on enough in my easier campaigns because I just like going, you know, like I said, just punching through the enemy. That's the way that it's fun. But I mean, when you think about it, it's a little too straightforward and sometimes a little reckless. But hey, I think we all know that Patchy, if anything, is reckless. Some wild elephants over here, and you get these things tamed. How cool would it be if I had elephants with a cataphract riding on their back? Elefrax, I think that's what we'd have to call it. So let's see. Let's get my men up here, and I'm just gonna shoot it out with the remaining Roxolani troops. I have armored horse archers. They do not, but they'll get some buffs. But it doesn't matter. They're gonna get shot to pieces. And if they want to engage me in melee, they're more than happy, or I'm more than happy to allow them. But I'll just leave my guys in skirmish. No need to melee. My guys will quickly shoot them to death. Again, you can see they're getting a few kills on me. But my men will mop them up relatively quick here. Yep, they're already beginning to waver. Move up some of my guys on the flank. The enemy general is a noble horse archer, actually. Yeah, just trading archer fire with each other is kind of funny. Not your typical melee heavy fights like you're probably used to seeing me do. Just keep chasing back the enemy horsemen and shooting at them. Ouch, that's a lot of arrows. Wow, one guy. That's all that made it through that. Okay, enemy units pulling back from me. I'm just going to keep pushing forward and keep shooting. And I imagine they're going to completely rout, and I'm going to just chase them and let my men continue to shoot them to death. I want to kill every last enemy here. Ouch, that's going to hurt.
The enemy general is dead.
Indeed he is. I'm going to shoot down the rest of their fleeing men here. I'm not going to engage them in melee because I don't want my guys to shoot themselves. Oh, that's a lot of arrows. Ouch. Probably still just killed a couple of my own caveats. There, we got 3 men left over here. Come on up, guys. Shoot these guys down. Shoot them down. Don't let them get away. There we go. Alright, so literally shot all of the Roxolani to death. That's going to be all I have time for in this episode. We'll continue to finish off the Roxolani. In the next episode, we'll make a push for Jelanis and continue to make research and other improvements. Some piece of me thinks that it might be handy to start building a whole bunch of those clay tablet archives and see if we can speed our research speed way up. But then again, I mean, I've got access to Parthian swordsmen, Eastern cataphracts, like, I don't know. But I mean, research never hurts either. Anyway, completely destroyed the wild ones, I guess. They weren't that wild. Pretty easy to destroy, actually. So that is going to be all for this episode, except for the fact that I'm about to go poison these guys like they've never been poisoned before, which they have, multiple times. So actually, they're probably just used to it at this time. They probably, their intestines are probably external at this point from all of the poisoning. Anyway, HeirofCarthage signing off for now, folks.